And the simple math says if someone's done 15 years or 20 years of problematic usage, 5 months becomes a very short investment just to start turning things around. And usually around the 4-month mark, what we've seen is that people start feeling more confident to be able to start facing things again. And until that time, it's pretty much them just getting their feet on the ground and getting their head clear enough to start thinking. They can lodge an application to the house that basically states, I think I'm ready to move on. And they also write a letter to staff stating that they're ready to move on and looking for support with that. What we'd be looking for with that is evidence that they've actually got some sort of support network outside of the Woolshed community. So in the lead up to them making that application, they would have been going on daily trips away from the community, reconnecting with family and friends, attending support groups outside. And then we'd also be looking at where they actually want to go. Quite a few of them want to take up the next step after the Woolshed, which is moving into our transitional housing program, which is a place that they can stay for a further 12 months. And that's, once again, it's leading towards greater and greater independence and autonomy. They then become eligible for what we call a graduation ceremony. So it's a big graduation where the entire community gets together and basically has a party and celebrates this person's journey through the Woolshed. And by that point, it's usually around 5 or 6 months. And at that time, their family and friends can come up and have cakes and cards. And if they get a job after they get to halfway, if they get further education, we have what we call a Woolshed Wall of Fame. So their photo goes up on the Wall of Fame and they get a $100 gift voucher. And all that is something that's being created by the residents themselves as a way of rewarding themselves for every step of the journey. When they're in the halfway house, they come back every Friday to provide peer support. Quite a few of them come back and offer up volunteer work, where they come back and work as a volunteer, and some even become staff members. That's the other aspect of a therapeutic community, is there's this mix between what we call professional and paraprofessionals, where you might have your people who might not have ever had any problematic drug or alcohol usage in the past, working alongside people who might have, but might not have degree qualifications, but definitely got a life experience, which is a reservoir that they can tap into.
So that's the process that Tom is embarking on. This is residential rehabilitation, combining living skills development and relapse prevention, and addressing the psychosocial dimension of dependence. In the next videos, we'll talk about the use of medications in relapse prevention, and we'll talk more about Tom in terms of clinical considerations in selecting treatment for him.